Hello there, you've reached my channel Cosmic Vibrations. This is going to be a general reading for December 2020 for Leo people. So this reading will be for you if you have your rising, sun, moon, or Venus in Leo. And feel free to watch the other videos for your other placements as well if you feel like. I'm going to put a timestamp down below in the description box for when this reading starts, so you can skip straight ahead if you would like. And let's get started. So I'm going to do an 11 card Celtic Cross spread using the spiral deck, and then I'm probably going to use the Rider-Waite this time for your clarifiers. So we'll just see what comes out. This is for Leo for December 2020. And of course, this reading may or may not resonate for you because it's, even though it's more precise than a daily collective reading, it's still towards a whole group. And so some of you, this may resonate a lot for, others may not resonate for you at all. There also may be some details in it that are speaking to you, but other details that are speaking to other people. So of course, use your own intuition in deciding. So let's see what's happening for you, Leo people, for December 2020. Here we go. 11 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Just let me, oh, where did I put my coffee? Sorry, you guys, I'm just going to pause for a slight moment to grab my coffee. Okay. I'm holding it upside down. I don't generally work with reversals at all. I shuffle my cards in such a way where they always come out upright, but occasionally things come out upside down. Okay. So your central experience for December 2020 is the Ace of Swords. So in the month of December, your central experience is you have a new perspective of things now. You see things in a new way. You're communicating in a new way. You're understanding things in a new way. You possibly come up with some brilliant new ideas, or you're making some kind of a decision. about something. You may also receive messages this month that change how you see things. With it, you have an odd assortment of cards. First, there's disappointment. Something is not worked out the way that you wanted it to. Something has spilled. Something is no longer able to be retrieved. Or you're afraid of losing something. This might be in your own head. This might be an actual experience of loss that you possibly a feeling of disappointment that comes from a message that you get or information that you find out about, which is an actual experience of loss that you have to deal with, which brings a lot of stress. Maybe you didn't see this thing coming, and so it's upsetting. It's highly upsetting all of a sudden. And whatever this message is, it came in very suddenly. You suddenly became aware of some kind of loss, and now you have to deal with the stress of it, of things not being what you thought they were. Another way I can read this is that you are afraid of loss, or you're afraid of losing something, which is making you extremely stressed out. And the majority of this worry is in your own head. It may not be that that loss is coming. It might just be a fear that you have. But then you quickly become aware of the fact that something can move forward, or that there is a solid beginning of something that you can do at this time. Ultimately, there's two aces here. You have a new thought which turns into action. You take action on a new idea. There's new information which gives you a new way of going about things. There's some kind of brand new beginning happening. It may be that this brand new beginning comes in very suddenly, and so you have to be quick on your toes to seize the opportunity. But if you are still mourning over something that has happened in the past, this can distract you. This person is covering their eyes with their hands. This person is looking down. Neither one of them is looking up at what is happening, which is bringing new opportunities. So try not to give in to worry or stress at this time. Please try to keep your eyes open at what's available to you now. It may be that if you have lost something, you need to accept that loss and let it go instead of dwelling on it or rethinking it or rehashing it out in your mind on how did this come about or why did this happen. Try to release this as much as possible so that you can be aware of what is happening now and what's available to you now, and a new path that is opening up, which you need to take action on almost immediately. If you're not aware of it, you may miss this opportunity. So your challenge is the Page of Pentacles or the Princess of Pentacles. Let me pick more on it before I start talking, just so I can narrow it down a little bit. Okay, I'm going to shuffle this one last time. Strange. Okay. This may be a new project. This might be a new skill something that you would like to learn, or a new business that you would like to get started with, or a new way of life that you would like to get started with. This could also potentially have to do with children if you have children in your life. With this, you have Justice, and you have the King of Swords. And so your challenge may be on making a major decision to go with some kind of a new situation that is still growing, still learning, still experimenting, still figuring out how to function. Whether this is a business, a relationship, a skill, or a child. But you would like to experiment more, find out more, implement more, try new methods, learn something. But there may be some restrictions with this, or it may involve a lot. This may involve a lot of paperwork, a lot of forms, a lot of applications, a lot of online stuff. This could actually have to do with having to go get a license, looking into legalities of starting your own thing, so that you can protect it from being abused or mishandled. This may also be that you're tired of having to take everything so seriously or be in some kind of a leadership role where you are not free to experiment. It's like being caught up in a system, or being caught up in a contract, or being caught up in a certain way that you have to appear or be in order to carry out your job or carry out this decision, when really you would like to find out more about this first before you agree, or before you sign any contracts, or before you decide what's happening here. It may also be something involving courts. You do need to look at this from an outside perspective or an objective perspective. You do need to be fair with this, or this is what you want from the outside world. You want things to be just or fair, and you want to really see it all for what it is so that you can make the best choices on how to move forward. But somehow this is a challenge. So you know more than me if that even resonates on what that situation is. Let me pick a remedy for you on what could help you deal with that. Might have something to do with schools or community as well. The Ten of Pentacles. Go with your instincts. Go with what feels right. Go with what feels comfortable. Feel free to experiment. Feel free to adapt, to see new options, to see new ways of doing things. If you go with this, then you will have a very good outcome. Don't let too much, this can also be overthinking, or being worried about whether or not certain things are even possible legally, or whether or not authority figures are going to get in your way over this. But it looks as though if you just go with what you feel is right, regardless of worries or stress, you will end up in a really good place with this. You will feel supported, or be able to reach your destination. Do what's right for you and your family or your loved ones. Don't listen to authority figures too much, because who knows who these people really are. If you look at a judge, they have a big suit on, they look very important, they look almost superhuman or beyond human, but really inside that outfit is a human being, which could be fallible, have their own issues, may not always be fair. Judges are not always fair. Lawyers are not always fair. And the King of Swords can be very good with objective perspectives on things, and being cleanly intellectual without letting emotion get in the way. But he also has an element to him, this is an Aquarius card, of being so separated from emotions that he is not actually looking at all of nature or all of a situation. This person is fallible as well. Even though both of these people look very confident, competent, and almost superhuman, they are not. And so don't overly invest in authority figures or what they say. They may not know the best. You may need to go with what you feel is right on a human, earthly, everyday level. I'm seeing something in here about a possible misdiagnosis. If somebody watching has a child or a young person in their life that is sick or has some kind of a medical issue, trust your own instincts and go with an organic method of this rather than simply blindly believing doctors or authority figures on the matter. A more holistic approach might be needed, or the person or you may have been misdiagnosed. And so you need to do your own investigations into this, possibly go to some natural healers or get second opinions or look into it yourself or ask around to other people that have been through this themselves and they can give you some perspectives. So this is an odd what is helping you card. You have the Seven of Cups. This is what's helping you. So let me pick more on it before I start talking. That could have been with teachers of young people too. A misunderstanding or misdiagnosis, or I don't know. Okay, why is this helping them? Ah, I get it. So what is helping you is to wait before making a decision. And the reason why is because not all of your cups are there yet. There's something on the way. There is a small blessing, a sudden fortunate change, a sudden opportunity that comes out of nowhere, and you shouldn't be settling or making any decisions before it arrives. You don't have all of what's coming, or how can I put that? What is on its way has not arrived yet, and so it would be too early to make a decision now. If you make a decision now and try to settle now, it could end up being disastrous because you have something miraculous on its way that hasn't arrived yet. When it does arrive, you'll know. You have something very sudden coming your way, which is going to change your options or change what you're doing entirely or open up a new chapter in your life. So please don't try to settle for anything in the meantime. Wait, take your time. Wait until the fog clears, and then things will become a lot more evident to you on what is actually there. And again, this is another page. There's 2 pages so far in here. A new, beautiful possibility, but it does take your initiative and it takes you to notice it. If you're too distracted by confusion, boredom, apathy, simply feeling emotionally confused, or still processing pain from the past, or even processing the fact that your worries might not be founded in reality and that you are literally driving yourself crazy. There are things just around the corner that are about to arrive that you need to be ready for, and you need to be as clean as you possibly can be for when it arrives. So your instincts are, again, to wait for a little bit until new opportunities arrive. You can almost sense that something is coming, and so you feel like you're starting to slowly get ready for it or to expect it. This does involve choices and making a choice eventually, but for now, vision, plan, think about possibilities, take your time, take care of yourself, because something is on its way and you want to be ready for when it arrives. You have new opportunities opening up to you, and you need to have your eyes up, on the ready, on the lookout for it. In the past, there's been some sort of a chaotic ending to something, or something was shattered, or something dramatically, chaotically changed, or you had to let go of something that was no longer working and it was doomed anyway. Or you were struck with total awareness on something that you were not aware of before. So let me look a little bit into that. These came out together. Oh, this might be why you're a little bit worried about new things working out, is because you put all your energy and time into a new opportunity in the past that ended up crashing. You might have actually even started something and already been doing it when all of a sudden it just failed. An analogy that's coming to mind happened to me when the lockdown first happened, right before the lockdown happened in the US anyway, in March. I had just gotten a new job as a sous chef in a cafe, and within a week of getting the new job and putting all my energy into planning a menu, making all the food, all the restaurants were told to shut down. And so I ended up losing that job, and also lost all of the investments that I put into it too, where I ended up basically wasting my time. That's an analogy for you of what I'm getting here, is that in the past you put a lot of your time and effort into something that you thought for sure was going to grow, but something about it crashed. And that might be the reason on why you're worried about new opportunities now, is you're afraid that that's going to happen again. Or you're reluctant to put all of your energy or faith or time and effort into something when perhaps laws or authority figures or higher ups or bosses or something else interferes with it. This can even be a relationship thing where you have a new relationship about to arrive, or a new person or a new soulmate arriving, but you're reluctant to put too much of your energy into it because you suffered some kind of a loss with a relationship in the past where you put all your energy into something and it turned out not to work out. But ultimately, remember, what's helping you is you don't have to make a decision right now. Take your time with it. Before you know it, something is about to arrive. These two aces right here. So in the meantime, take good care of yourself. As your best possible outcome, you have the Nine of Pentacles, which to me right now just seems like self-sufficiency, where you do not have to rely on something external in order to have what you need. You're able to provide that for yourself or create that for yourself. Your best possible outcome is that whatever you do put your energy into and invest your time and energy and emotions into has a very good chance of working out and blossoming and being able to stay. It's a slow process of growing a garden, but now she has the reward of her big, beautiful garden that she can look at. and spend time in. So let me pick more on that. Tell me more about this Nine of Pentacles as their best possible outcome. That you get to keep whatever it is that you've been working towards, or that it will actually flourish. Let's see. You will be successful. Your best possible outcome is that this time around, you will be successful with what you truly want and put your time and energy into. And that's pretty amazing. And it also looks as though you are looked upon with admiration or honor and are recognized for what you've done and what you've put your energy into. And that you will have a successful outcome to all of this. So, in the near future, it looks as though you are pretty close to being yourself. This is the Queen of Wands, which is a fire sign energy. This is actually an Aries card, but this shows me that you feel very confident, very full of energy, creativity, health, and intention in the future, where you feel very comfortable in your own skin. And you feel accomplished, and you're proud of yourself. And you have great self-confidence, and also are very protective of what you care about and what you've put your energy into. This can also be a person in your life that is a great ally as well that comes in. So let me get more on the Queen of Wands for your future. You're able to use your innate authority rather than looking up to outside authorities. You will know what to choose. You will no longer be in a state of confusion or indecisiveness. You will definitely decide what you're doing in the near future. Let me see if I get anything else. You will be offered something, so you need to be aware of it. Don't be so focused on what hasn't worked out in the past that you don't even see what's right in front of your eyes. It looks as though, for some reason, you may have been sucked into something where you over-trusted authority figures and you didn't even trust your own innate wisdom just as much, if not more, than others. This says, in the future, you are no longer indecisive or confused about what you want. You are embracing your own innate authority to make a major decision for yourself, and it does not involve looking at what other people say or what other authority figures say. It is truly based off of what you feel passionately about, and you make a decision to just do it, or to just truly be yourself and not care so much about whether or not you clash with other confident, self-sufficient people. Or you're able to come up with some kind of an agreement or a compromise, but you're definitely going to have to be ready to take action in the future. But there's only one small warning in here, which is that something truly really is coming in. You have, where are they? Here we go. You have two aces. The page is helping you with his one cup that he's offering you. Something is being offered to you. And there's something coming. So when it comes, don't be so jaded or confused based off of past things that you miss it, that you miss the opportunity. You need to have open arms to seize the opportunity rather than be so discontented or unsure that you miss this opportunity. This doesn't happen every day. You're going to have to seize on it fairly quickly. So again, right now, you know what you want or what you long for or wish for. You're just not sure exactly how to get it, or you're too focused on what has already happened where you're not noticing it, or you have noticed it but you doubt it, or you just have a general feeling of dissatisfaction or boredom, or you've fallen into an energetic funk where it's hard to become inspired again, but something is being offered to you and you don't want to miss this opportunity. Try to snap yourself out of it in whatever way you can, possibly with being physical, whether it's dance, walking, jogging, swimming. Being physical, being active can help you to get out of this state of apathy or confusion or unsureness. And then you will be sure of what you're doing or what you want. Something isn't quite satisfactory from the past or presently, where it's hard for you to imagine something completely different coming in, or you've grown used to a certain way that things have been unfolding where you don't completely trust new opportunities. It's like you automatically wonder what's wrong with it. If I looked at this as an analogy with relationships, even though there might be, or is a very good chance of a new person coming in for you, you might be so jaded from past experiences that haven't worked out where the minute something appears, you wonder what's wrong with it. But it's going to be very important for you to work on approaching every new situation as what could be discovered about it, or what could be to just experiment and explore it rather than almost judging it before it's even arrived, or not trusting it when it does arrive. So in your surroundings, you've been working a lot, or you've been focused on work a lot. Maybe you're looking for work. Maybe you have work and you've just been working your tail off. You may also be prioritizing in your surroundings on what needs to be done now. What is the most important things to be done first before the others? Because there's so many things you have to do. You may become overwhelmed if you don't prioritize or stabilize out your energy so you can have the energy to knock all of these things out slowly but surely. You might discover a talent or a craft that you would like to develop more. Let me pick more on that. Patience. Have patience. Things are growing. Just keep busy with the things that you can do. Try not to become overwhelmed. Things may not be as fast as you would like it to be, especially with money and work, but it is growing and progressing. If there is a talent that you have, you may be studying it, or you might be taking classes, or you might find someone who knows this skill, is considered a master with whatever this is that you can learn from. But I see slow, steady progress, slow, steady work, and patience in these with your surroundings. Your hope is that you'll be able to trust and be able to take a leap into the unknown. That you will have faith that things will not be destroyed this time around, that you're on the right track, and that you also are being protected and guided along the way. Because this new situation that is coming in is completely new. You've never experienced this before. It can be a little bit daunting, even for a Leo. With all of your courage and energy that you have, even for Leos, this can be difficult to just blindly trust and not be sure how things are going to play out. But your hope is to have faith and trust in the universe that you will not be betrayed or that your plans will not be ruined. So your general outcome is the Wheel of Fortune. Something is about to shift in December for the better. You're on to a different cycle. The fates have something in store for you. You can't know everything that is going to happen, and you probably shouldn't, because then you might overthink it. A certain element of this is spontaneous and involves your trust in going with the flow of things and allowing things to unfold in their own timing. But good things are to come. You're about to have a change in your luck. Whatever loss you've been through in the past, this looks like a completely new cycle where actually you can keep what you discover or what you do. You will be successful with this one, with this cycle. So let me pick one more to go with that. You might even have two opportunities that you need to choose from. It's a lot of movement coming up, and so you may almost have to dance for a little bit to keep up with the changes that are happening. And then you have the Star. So yes, something amazing is about to occur, and you have to at least be receptive to it. If you can't completely be ready for it, because in a way you can't really be fully ready for it. You've never experienced it before. But just to be open to it, to be receptive for what's to come. Something amazing is about to occur. Whatever choices you have to make in the near future have long-standing effects, but it looks as though either way you go, there's amazing things around the corner, and the universe is looking out for you. You will have, even though things look a little bumpy or a little rocky or a little intense with the motion of things, it's all for the greater good. And eventually things will settle down and you'll start to see patterns emerge that you can work with. This may be something that you have hoped for a very long time, and you can see the possibility of it being able to come in. You feel a lot more positive, but you're still oscillating a little bit. You might have moments where you have a lot of hope and a lot of positive expectations and a lot of faith, and then other times where it wanes and you go back and forth with it. But ultimately, I'm getting a strong message that whatever is to come, it's not going anywhere, and it'll be up to you on what you do with it. Something about it is very fated and positive. So hopefully that made sense, or will make sense in the future. I wish you all the best with everything, and I'll see you guys soon. Okay, bye.